Yo, what is up, dogs? It is DJGamerBro here. What's up? Okay, the Overwatch beta is now out, and let me say, I'm disappointed and satisfied at the same time. Firstly, the game is great. It's loads of fun, mainly due to the character variety in classes and the abilities that they each have. Plus, the overall pace of the game is fantastic. It's not just fantastic, it's freaking fun-tastic. It's fun. It's fun as hell. It's fun. The thing about the beta so far, not the game, all right? The game's not even out yet. I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about the beta, okay? And, you know, betas are meant to have mistakes. But the big mistake in the beta so far is that you can't connect with other players. After playing the game for a couple of hours with a few friends, we could not connect with each other. We couldn't even send each other friend requests, even though there was a whole menu and drop-down tab that allowed you to search and send a game invite or a friend request to another player. However, all the friends I played with received nothing. Absolutely all nothing, which really sucks and would have entirely ruined the experience I've had so far with the game if this game, Overwatch, was not already as amazingly awesome as it is. And I mean that, literally. Now, over the last while now, since Overwatch was announced and the reveal trailer was revealed to the world, many people have been noticing that this game is very similar to TF2, or Team Fortress 2. And mind you, I did not get that notion. In fact, I really disagree with that statement. And now that I've reviewed the game and gave my input on the argument, let's show some real footage and evidence as to why TF2 and Overwatch are completely different games. So without further ado, I present to you the similarities and differences between Blizzard's Overwatch and Valve's Team Fortress 2. Let go. Well, first of all, they're both video games. They're Phone! Shut the f*** up. I'm recording a video. I swear to God, who's ever Facebooking me needs to... I'll agree, the style and genre of both games are similar. The way both games are played and the way they look are very alike. For example, both TF2 and Overwatch are very fantasy and science fiction-y, if science fiction-y is even a word. I'm pretty sure it isn't. And the way they look is almost something out of a cartoon. As well as that, the playstyle is very flowy, smooth, and fast-paced for each game. Along with the playstyle, the map designs of Overwatch do have a strong resemblance to those of TF2. They're not exactly the same. In fact, in Overwatch, the maps are set in major cities like London and LA, for example. However, in the two games, the maps are incredibly large and complex. Sometimes I feel like I'm in a massive maze with a weapon and a special ability, and I have no idea where I'm going or where the enemy might be coming from. Okay, so if you're arguing in favor that the two games are the same, then here is a huge point for you. That is the fact that there are many classes that have a likeliness to each other. In fact, some characters and abilities are identical and have the exact same playstyle. For instance, in TF2, it is optional to play as an engineer, whose main role is to build and repair turrets and teleporters. In Overwatch, there is a weird little dwarf with a braided beard who looks like kinda like something out of the Lord of the Rings. He also has a little monoglass, which is kinda cool as well. His name is Torbjorn. Torbjorn? Something like that. I just killed that pronunciation. He, like the engineer, builds and repairs turrets at any time to help his friendlies from enemy fire. However, unlike the engineer, he cannot build teleporters. In fact, in Overwatch, there is a completely separate class whose character has the ability to place teleporters for the entire team to use, and her name is Symmetra. Oh, yeah, there is also a Reaper who can teleport as well, but only by himself, though, and also if it's only in his visible area, so... Another example in TF2 is the helpful medic, who runs around healing other players who have just been shot in the face or stabbed in the asshole by the enemy. He also can revive players who have just bit the dust, only for a short amount of time, though, and he can only revive a person who's just died once in his own lifetime. Well, in Overwatch, there are multiple characters who have the ability of healing others, such as Mercy, who flies around with a healing gun, spraying a stream of health to her own teammates. She can also revive people as much as possible, and as well, Soldier 76, who can place a healing dildo device thingy on the ground that heals himself and others in that area of the ground where it was placed. Speaking of Soldier 76, he is fast. Actually, he's the only player in Overwatch who can sprint. He's pretty much the Scout from TF2. The only difference is the Scout carries a double-barrel shotgun, while Soldier 76 shoots an assault rifle. Other similarities include no gun customizations on the two first-person shooters, but both games do have a thriving competitive and esports scene. I mean, TF2 is already thriving, but I'm sure as soon as Overwatch is released, there will be a vast, fastly increasing esports area to come in the near future. As well, there are actions and expressions, or boasts, if you will, that players can show off between games. But other than that, that pretty much sums up the similarities. Let's get into the differences. And wow, where do I even begin? Okay, the differences, and there's a lot. First of all, TF2 was made by Valve. Valve are focusing on Steam, especially the Steam console and the Steam controllers. Overwatch is made by Blizzard. Blizzard haven't made a game in 17 years. Also, Blizzard are the creators of World of Warcraft. Now, interesting fact here, Blizzard have made Overwatch compatible with Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. They are all supported by those platforms. However, TF2 is only supported on Steam. It's only available on Steam, which, coincidentally is owned by Valve. So, no surprise. Speaking of Steam, I don't even think Overwatch is supported by Steam. Like, it's not sold on Steam. Like, it's not available. You have to buy it online. Like, let's say Happy Wheels or something. Even though you play that online, you don't buy it online. But you get what I mean, right? You know what I mean. Yes, you do. Anyway, now that the technology differences and, information is sort of out there, let's get into the more in-game detailed differences of both games. First of all, Overwatch, there is a sniper. Her name is Widowmaker or Widow Watcher or something like that. I'm not sure, but she has a really dope sniper rifle and a purple ponytail, and she's hot. Plus, she has a grappling hook, which is really cool. Anyway, TF2 has a sniper guy who is a guy with a cowboy hat. So, yeah. Overwatch has a robot. His name is Bastion. He is so cute. You see him in the menu and he's like holding a bird on his finger, and it's just so peaceful and adorable, and it's the cutest thing I think I've ever seen with a robot, and it's amazing. And I'm saying that, and I've seen a picture of puppies today. Like, no joke, and like nothing really gets cuter than puppies. So, and it's a robot too. Like, that's freaking insane. Anyway, so this guy, Bastion, he turns into a sentry. He literally sits down and shoots people. He kills them. Or, if he wants to, his special ability is turning into a freaking tank and literally running over people while shooting missiles in their face. So, yeah, there's that. Whereas in TF2, there's a guy, Heavy, his class, the Heavy Man or whatever. He is pretty heavy because he's fat as hell. And he holds a sentry, pretty much. Yeah. Actually, no, he doesn't. He holds a minigun, I think, or something. Anyway, so you've got a bunch of characters, weapons, and abilities that are just so much more in detail than in TF2. Even though some are similar, but those that are different, they are vastly different. They literally are nothing alike. Anyway, moving on, flying and parkour. Overwatch has flying. There are 3 characters. Actually, no, 2 characters. I don't know how many characters, but in Overwatch, there are characters that can fly. For example, Mercy, the girl I was talking about earlier who can heal people. Yeah, she can fly. Also, another girl named Farah, who actually is similar to the Rocket Man or Expo Man, or is it Demo Man, I think, in TF2, where they have rocket launchers, but the only difference is that Farah can fly. And literally rain down hell, and I mean like hellfire missiles onto the map, which is cool. So that's the flying part, and then there's parkour, and I mean like proper hardcore parkour, like extreme parkour by the character named Hanslow, who has a bow and arrow and is super cool. So yeah, there's that. Whereas in TF2, there's nothing like that. There's no flying or parkour. There's nothing. So, flying and parkour versus, ground game, boots on the ground game, which is what everyone wants in the new Call of Duty. Seriously, who wins? Who loses? Yeah, obviously TF2 loses that battle. I mean, seriously, you play an Overwatch game, you go into an Overwatch game, and it's like, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare in there. It's like, oh, everyone's flying around and killing each other. It's amazing, and it's so quick and fast-paced. Anyway, let's keep going. In Overwatch, there is a loot crate section where you can buy Overwatch points, probably. Anyway, huge waste of money. And you get loot crates where you get skins, kind of like CSGO skin boxes, and then yeah, there's that. Or in TF2, I'm pretty sure you can just literally buy hats and stuff off the market, which is again owned by Valve. So no coincidence there. But I mean, in Overwatch, you can literally buy Overwatch points like FIFA points or whatever, and see what you get. That's not really important. That's irrelevant. However, there's just so much more in Overwatch than there is in TF2. Like literally, there's just the content is just tripled. Literally, the defenses, right? There's mines, there's protective shields, there's ice barriers, there's those things, those sharp things that you put on the ground and they snap and they close on your leg and you start bleeding and they kill. They're used for hunting. They kill animals. They're called I forgot again. Bear traps, bear claws, bear traps, something like that. Anyway, not important. They have that. Weapons. Wow, so many weapons. There's hammers, there's bows and arrows, there's freaking plasma guns, ninja swords and ninja stars and miniguns and sentry guns and oh my god. Oh man, blah, blah, blah. Oh my god, it's amazing. Abilities. There's an invincibility ability that's used by the Reaper. And then there's the other ones that I don't even know what they do because there's so many of them. So you can't even stay focused on what each one does because there's just so much, right? Literally, the only thing that TF2 has that Overwatch doesn't is the Spy with his invisibility ability. And with that said, my final point is that Blizzard haven't made a game in 17 years. And Blizzard are also the creators of World of Warcraft. Now, whether or not Overwatch has been in development for 17 years, I don't know. However, Blizzard have obviously put a lot of thought and effort and time into this game, and it really shows as you play with such a variety of detail in the characters, maps, weapons, etc. in the game. So, I'm not talking about TF2. In fact, I love TF2. It's an amazing game. What I'm saying, and my main point is, TF2 and Overwatch are nothing the same. Besides some classes, some abilities, and some stuff, minor stuff, nothing is alike. Literally, nothing. They're two completely different games. However, I do see where people are getting the notion that they're different or that they're the same. Sorry, I don't even know what I'm saying. But they're not. They're just not. I just totally disagree with that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you enjoyed the video, hopefully this was insightful. Hopefully this, changed some ideas on what you think of Overwatch. Personally, it's a great game. I've been playing it nonstop. Tell me what you think. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Again, subscribe if you're new around here, and leave a comment. Let me know. Can't English today. Let me know what you think of Overwatch. Overwatch beta is available. I really can't speak English today. Overwatch beta is available from May 5th to May 9th and will be released on May 23rd, I believe. Something like that. Anyway, so go get it. I'm not selling Overwatch. I'm not, sponsored by Overwatch. But it really is a good game. So I'm personally recommending it to you to go get it because it is an amazing game. And I am definitely going to buy it when it comes out. I don't know, however much it may be, like $60 or something. Anyway, that's pretty much it. That's the final thing. That's the closing. The cat is in the bag and it's gone. It's off in the Audi. You know what I mean? That's not even a saying. Anyway, that's it. That's done. We're done here. We're done. Finito. Fin. Done. The end. Bye.